But this is what came out a couple weeks ago. China open to talks if U.S. shows respect. That's what they want. They want U.S. to show respect. And Trump can't do that if he wants to. But Trump is going to sit there and say, look, I'll give you respect if you want, but I'm not giving you anything else with all the hundreds of billions of dollars that we've lost with you. So they have a very different mindset of thinking. They're kind of cornered right now because if anything's released from China, if anything dark happens with China, everyone's going to know this time around they're not going to second guess it. There's not going to be a Nancy Pelosi in Chinatown saying, leave the Chinese alone. This virus didn't come from China. No, call it the China virus because it came from China. Do you remember those days where every day we have to hear about China virus? Stop being, and then Chinese people were like, you have to stop saying that. That's racist. And you're talking, no, I'm just saying it because it came from China. Matter of fact, Rob, can you find that clip? I can't watch that clip enough where the lady says, I'm offended with your saying China virus. If you just type in China virus Trump.
Oh, it was a press conference.
It was a press conference. Yeah, it was press. And that's the one. That's the lady right there. It's the lady right there. Watch this one, okay? Watch.
Calling this the Chinese virus. There are reports of dozens of incidents of bias against Chinese Americans in this country.
Stop it.
Your own
You're part of the
Secretary
problem, lady.
Azar says he does not use this term. He says ethnicity does not cause the virus. Why do you keep using this? A lot of people say it's racist.
It's not racist at all. No, not at all. It comes from China. That's why. It comes from China. I want to be accurate.
Accurate.
And I wanted to ask you, because while you were saying that, if you say anything, if you open your mouth, you disappear. Rob, I just sent you something. I'm going to ask you to play it. It might be long, Rob. You could probably speed it up if we have to. But Pat, where are the deflectors? Where are the defectors? Where are the people that are there? I understand they're under a regime and their life is. Can't any of them open their mouth, come here, we'll give them some type of protection or something? We want to know what's happening. Did you see that this is the CIA release? Because we need these people to come here, right? We want some information. The CIA released a video to encourage the Chinese to rebel against their government. John Ratcliffe even talked about it, and this is China responded with its own video, and it's short and sweet, basically saying that we will. What, did you see this, Tom?
Which one you want him to play?
I think, Rob, this is openly trying to recruit defectors. I think this is the one, Rob. I'm going to send you this one. But basically what I'm saying is that shouldn't some of these people come out and say, hey, listen, this is what's happening. Give us some protection. We'll come here. We'll let you know.
This one?
This is the CIA openly trying to recruit.
Watch it.
在党内，我一边往上升，一边看着比我职位高的人一个个被弃入敝履。但现在我意识到。
This is us making it for them?
Yeah, ex-CIA.
The United States Central Intelligence Agency is attempting to lure Chinese officials and workers to spy for Washington. On May 1st, the CIA released 2 polished videos in Mandarin aiming to tap into discontent with the Chinese Communist Party.
Trying to get some people.
The short films depict a senior CCP official and a junior government worker with access to classified information. Both become disillusioned with China's leadership and ultimately approach the CIA. After Beijing purged senior officials and military leaders in swift anti-corruption campaigns, the CIA is hopeful that its efforts will encourage senior officials to turn on their own country.
And it's out there. It's public. They posted it on X.
Let it keep going.
Go.
The CIA also provided dark web contact information for those willing to respond to its call for espionage. According to a CIA official, the US is not only seeking counterintelligence, but also information on advanced science, military and cyber technology, economic data, and China's foreign policy secrets.
Wow, they're out in the open asking for it. In my mind, I was just like, hey, where are some of these people that would come here and give us the real information of what's happening?
What do you think about that, Tom?
I think this is good. I mean, if they're going to spy on us, we're going to spy on them. And, you know, the part that's, you got to remember in their media, think about their media. Their media uses the phrase, there was a public disturbance and they were led away. And you find the Chinese translation of led away. Yeah, led away to where? Jack Ma was led away to some 2-year vacation we didn't know about. And then he suddenly shows up again and he's saying less about it and everything. Oh, maybe he was in Tokyo for 2 years. Well, if he was having a very quiet time in Tokyo. What you're showing me here, I think this is great. This is what our government should be doing. If the rules are different in China, then we also need to look. This is defense. This is like military. You know, you had so many nuclear warheads, Russia. We've got even bigger, badder nuclear warheads. You're going to recruit people to spy, and things like tricking Eric Swalwell with the
Christine Fang
with the money honey and getting information out of him. Guess what? We're going to do it too.
Well, there's a word that keeps coming up and coming up and coming up, and that word is fairness. You know, fair trade, free trade. What's the difference with that? You know, one of the words that your core tenets of your family was also tolerance, right? Which you basically dropped. You're like, no, we got to stop being so tolerant. So it's almost like free trade. These countries out there are basically saying free trade for me, but closed borders for thee. It's a two-way street here. So I do understand what Trump is doing. I advocate for what Trump is doing. I just think it's going to take a long time. And I think people are going to pay the price. Open markets for me is what these countries are saying, but closed borders for thee. Speaking of tolerance, so Jack Ma, you know, he says something, he disappears. How many other Jack Ma's do we not know about? We don't know all these people's names. How many people go missing? You know, in America, we have the luxury of criticizing whoever we want for the most part, unless you get censored. But you disappear in China. So there's a price to pay right there. Also, technology. Their social media apps can come here. Their tech companies, Alibaba, Jack Ma's company, come here. We can't operate in China. You said this the other day, I think, on Jesse Waters. By the way, Russia, just as an example, they can have media over here. RT, we've seen we can't operate in Russia.
Gone, isn't it?
Well, even also, if you take it another thing with tolerance, you know, this might offend some people out there. For my friends in the Middle East, for Islam, why can you operate and bring your methodology and ideology to America and all around the world, anywhere you want, into any country in the EU, into the United States? But good luck operating a church or a synagogue in Saudi Arabia or in Syria. So there's a storyline here. It's the world could bring whatever they want to the United States. But when the United States, whether it's our products or our culture, want to bring it elsewhere, no. Closed borders. So there is a double standard that you can definitely criticize.
Can I ask you a question, Adam? When you said it's going to hurt and this tariff and everything, is it worth it? Is it worth us feeling this pain right now to get and destroy China's chokehold on us? I say yes. Well, I say it's the future of this country. And you know what? Sometimes you got to get punched in the face and you got to get knocked down for the future, for our children, because Adam, if not, nothing is going to change. And this pain that everybody's feeling, easier said than done. I get it. We're all feeling it. Everybody's feeling it, but it has to be done. Well, Nobody wants to say it.
I need to interject. What pain are you talking about?
Exactly. How bad is this
because
pain?
The pain is a headline. Let's be careful that we don't accidentally, cultivate some words that are in headlines that maybe aren't quite there yet. Excuse me. Are there some impacts of tariffs? Yes. But what did they just do? There was a study last week, was 10,000 items from Walmart, and Walmart said that they were holding the prices flat.
Yeah.
That the consumers had not seen a change on that. Home Depot said we're holding the prices flat. So I want to just encourage you and us to be careful about, we got to feel the pain for a while. Wait a minute. I'm waiting to see quantitative pain. We're not seeing quantitative pain that says the Fed saying, wow, things are going so badly, I got to drop interest rates. That's not happening yet. Yeah. So is there a lot of talk? Yes. Is there people like Ford that are revising their estimate of sales for the year? Yes. But to say that we're all in horrible pain,
I didn't
look
say
at your
horrible
401k, man. Yeah. 401k has come back higher than it was on April 1st before Liberation Day. So there's some things coming forward. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I don't want to amplify points when there's a lot of good that's going on.
Well, I mean, the part about what Vinny is saying is, you know how Adidas came out and said, well, the price is going to go up. Or, Apple comes out quarterly, announcing that $900 million, Q2 tariff hit for them. So their stock moves a little bit, right? But you're right. When we were talking about the market and it was down 1,000, down 1,000, down 2,400. Oh my God, the market lost $5 trillion. Boom. You showed me the numbers the other day. The market's back up what it was before April 1st. So you're right. That's the one video. If you remember the video that I made where it's like, hey, tomorrow it's supposed to be the Black Monday or whatever it was. Yeah. I said, whatever you do, if you're investing long-term, don't sell. Pump the brakes. Relax. It's going to come back up. It's going to be fine. And my guy, John Owens, is like, you never call me back about the market. I said, look, man, I'm a long-term investor in the market, so I know it's going to be fine. Next week is Armed Forces Day, and we're celebrating folks who were in the military. I was in the Army. Vinny here was in the Air Force. And so we came out with these hats simply because of a lot of people were asking about it. And here's how it looks. It's a Future Looks Bright hat with the sticker. Listen to it.
Oh, I love that.
Awesome?
And then, oh, what?
So you see it says Future Looks Bright, but you get to put the USMC, Future Looks Bright, on there. We have it for Navy, Future Looks Bright. We have it for Army Green, Future
bad.
Looks Bright.
I love that.
They're all here. And then we also have the what do you call it? The shirts, Navy, Army, Air Force, Armed Forces that are there. Rob, what else do we have on there? Outside of that, we also have the new Angry Patriot. Vinny, show us what you got there.
So we have the Angry Patriot bucket hat because we're in Florida. It's hot. The weather's going to start changing. Angry Patriot, Patriot in the front. The Future Looks Bright in the back. And if you get anything, if you get this or you get anything from the Angry Patriot collection, you get a free Angry Patriot mug. And this hat is ridiculous.
That's pretty sick, by the way.
I love it. No,
Put
I
that
love
thing
it.
on, Vinny.
Very sick.
Put that thing on, buddy.
And FYI,
Yeah.
outside of that, you're going to get dog tags, vitamin
Sick.
dog tags that
I see
say
that one.
outwork, out-strategize, out-improve, and outlast for every order you place. But more importantly, we just want to say thank you to your service for everyone that served. I got a call from a guy yesterday telling me, he says, Pat, I'm out of the country in Europe. I'm wearing my Future Looks Bright hat. I'm poolside. And he says, one by one, everybody would look at me and they would say, hey, I know that. I know who that is.
Sick.
The community is getting bigger and bigger.
Hell yeah.
We want millions of people. It starts off with the first million. We want 1 million people wearing the Future Looks Bright gear. If you're somebody that loves this brand and you're optimistic about the future, go sport this Future Looks Bright. And if you know somebody that's a vet who watches the podcast, watches Valuetainment, get them this as a gift and send it to them. They'll be very happy that you did that. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.